My beloved sisters in other form, I bless you. Now I would like to share my views on the latest general election conducted in Tamil Nadu. In Tamil Nadu, the election was conducted on 16th of May 2016. Around more than 50 days, there was electioneering in Tamil Nadu by all the parties. And on 16th, the election was conducted. A result was declared yesterday, 19th of May 2016. All through the electioneering days, there were several unruly incidents occurred here and there. Very especially making people corrupt by giving money for their votes. Most of the votes have been purchased by mainly two parties, ADMK, AIADMK, All India Anna Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam, and Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam. These two are the major parties which were in power for the past 50 years. So both the parties were highly corruptive. They have so many corruption charges and criminal charges also on the parties and their leaders. Such bad parties these two parties are. The party cadres are also more arrogant, violent, money-wise powerful, and capable and bold enough to do any crime. Such bad parties these two are. So when this is the situation, there were several other parties which were major players in this 2016 elections. Mainly four parties, MDMK, Marumalachi Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam, Communist Party of India, Marxist Communist Party of India, and Vidudhai Chirthega. These four have formed a combine, and with them DMDK, Desiya Muppokku Dravida Kazhagam, led by Vijaykanth, also joined hands, and later Tamil Maanila Congress has split from Indian Congress, also joined this force. That has been led by G.K. Vasan. These parties were fighting with their utmost ability and capacity. Truthfully, they were not so much big parties to give money. Moreover, that they are straightforward parties. They were fighting against corruption, especially the corruption of DMK and ADMK parties. And there was also another party, BJP, Bharatiya Janata Party, led by Tamilisai Soundararajan. Another party has also been in fray, that is Seeman's Nam Tamilar Katchi. And there has been also another small group of small parties led by Karthik, Nadalu Makkal Katchi and its combines. So these many forces were fighting in the 2016 general elections in Tamil Nadu. But among all the parties, only DMK and AIADMK were already corruptive, and also they are ready to. They have also been in practices of corruption all through the electioneering, and also on the day of electioneering, by means of indulging in some violence and such as breaking of voting machines and all. These violent actions and the exchange of money for votes, these things have already been published in their own channels. The AIADMK, its own broadcasting channels, which are Jaya'a TV and Jaya'a News, they have been continuously broadcasting the atrocities and illegal practices of DMK. And also DMK has been continuously broadcasting the atrocities and illegal practices of AIADMK to win the elections through their own channels like Kalaignar TV, Sun News and Sun TV. So these two parties have already broadcast all the illegal activities they have been doing mutually. So in that way, both the parties are highly corruptive. There is record evidence, video evidence, even in TV channels. If you go through the records of the electioneering period and also on the date of election, you can find these two parties are highly corruptive. They have made and done almost all sorts of practices, illegal practices to win the elections. Whereas all other parties, they fought straightforwardly, very honestly, very sincerely. Especially the Patali Makkal Katchi that I have not mentioned, that also made a very scientific approach of for winning the election. That is led by Anbumani, by Ramadas, Dr. Ramadas, and his chief ministerial candidate is Dr. Anbumani Ramadas. When this is the situation, the election results were somewhat different. Before that, on 17th, on 16th night itself, Times Now TV projected AIDMK to win the elections and DMK to follow it closely. And some other TVs, C Voters, ABP TV and another one channel, they have projected DMK to win the elections and AIDMK to follow closely it. So they projected some 6 or 7 seats for all other parties. So immediately I jumped into action. I made a representation to the election commissioner of the Tamil Nadu chief electoral officer, Rajesh Lakani. I made a representation stating these things. One, since both these parties, DMK and ADMK, are having records of each other, as if they indulged in so many illegal practices to win the elections. So these two parties should be disqualified while counting. So because they have done all the malpractices to get these votes, so their votes should not be their votes should not be considered for counting, or if they have to be considered in a general way, then at least the election commission should see that all the cases, pending cases against around 400 cases have been filed against several parties which have indulged in these activities, illegal activities. So all the cases should be disposed of, and those who are guilty should be punished, and also the voter, the candidate for whom they have committed the crime also should be disqualified. Only after disqualifying these things, these people, the balance of each constituency's candidates' votes have to be counted, and that counting should alone be taken for consideration for forming the new government. So until then, if the cases, the disposing of the cases takes more time, until then President's rule has to be imposed in Tamil Nadu, and Jayalalitha's government should be dispersed. This was my petition to the Chief Electoral Officer, Rajesh Lakani. I personally handed it over to him on 17th at his office, and I asked him only one question. Sir, you have told that severe action will be taken on those people who are giving money for votes, but there have been so many cases so far registered. What was your action against any of the cases? Because he has not taken even a single case, and he has not disposed of any case. He has not taken any action on any of them, including has posted an additional Director General of Police, Sailendra Babu. Even then, nothing has turned. Things went as usual. There were only clashes between DMK and ADMK when they found each other doing some illegal practices against each other. So this was the state of the affairs. I gave the petition, but he simply said, no, I cannot answer all your questions. You have given the petition, is it not? I am receiving the petition. With this, things over, you may go. So I came out of his office. On 19th, yesterday, the result was exactly as projected by the TV channels based on exit polls. That is around 134 or so. AIDMK seats have been won by AIDMK, and AIDMK was having simple majority to form the government, and DMK and its allies are the only opponent party against AIDMK in the assembly. So the 2016 assembly will be having only corrupt leaders in its house. So this is the saddest and most worrying situation in which I am in to see the 2016 assembly. So this broadcasting I am making, and immediately Election Commission of India should intervene into this process, and it should stop Jayalalitha from taking oath as Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu based on the 2016 general elections. And also the entire election process should be quashed. This is my prayer to the Election Commission of India, because so much illegal practices have been conducted by these two parties, AIADMK and the DMK. Almost all the leaders, all the people who have been elected should have certainly have some one or the other link with the crimes committed in the 2016 general elections. Therefore, the election proceedings should be quashed, the election results should be quashed, fresh and fair elections should be conducted in Tamil Nadu, deleting these two parties. Even if these two parties are to be considered, let them be there in the fray. But at the same time, the elections should be conducted not using the voting machines, electronic voting machines. It should be conducted based on the former system, that is using paper ballot. Only then we can find the real thing. And also the paper ballot also should be counted in each booth itself. Based on the booth report, the final result should be found, and it should not be taken to any other place and kept for a few days and then counted. So the paper ballot should be used, and paper ballot should be counted on the day itself, in the booth itself where it was casted, and the result should be declared based on the counting of these booth-wise ballots. So this is my humble prayer to the Election Commission of India. The Jayalalitha government should not be allowed to take chair based on the output of the latest elections held on 16th of May 2016, because they have indulged in so many criminal procedures to get this victory. And also the DMK also indulged in so many criminal procedures to get the second place in the Assembly of Government of Tamil Nadu. Therefore, these two parties should be disqualified, and only other parties should be allowed to take part in the elections. If these two parties are also being conducted for as considered for contesting in this election, let them be considered, no problem. But the election should be fair and exactly true, exactly perfect, so that there is no malpractice taking place. The election commission should take care of this particular aspect, and it should quash the victory of Jayalalitha. It should quash the victory of DMK also. The AIADMK, DMK, both the corrupt parties should be thrown out of the chair as per the 2016 elections results. Because the more surprising thing is Anbumani Ramadas. He was defeated from his own constituency. He actually got elected by majority in the last Lok Sabha poll. Even though there was a very big wave of Jayalalitha, 37 MP seats out of 39 from Tamil Nadu were washed away by Jayalalitha. In spite of that, he was capable of swimming against this wave, and he won the MP election. Then how he could be defeated in his own constituency, which was selected by him, specifically the Pannagaram. So there is some mystery in this failure. And also Tol Tirumavalan, he is a very powerful leader, especially among the Vidudalai Chiruthaikal party and scheduled caste people. When Kattumannar Koil is the stronghold of scheduled caste people, how he was defeated. So this is another mystery. So almost all the leaders, Tamilisi Soundarajan of BJP, Tol Tirumavalan of Vidudalai Chiruthaikal, Seeman of Nam Tamizhar Katchi, and Vidudalai Chiruthaikal, DMDK leader Vijayakant, all the leaders have been washed away from the electoral fray. So this is how I got a doubt. Based on this, I got a doubt. The AIADMK government has used Rajesh Lakhani to change the ballot voting machines. In the last 2 days after the elections, that is from 17th and 18th, they have used for doing some malpractice in the electronic voting machines exchange, so that they would have got this much victory. They have got all other leaders totally defeated and got away out of the political arena itself. Most of the parties would lose their status as a state level party now, based on this result. So therefore, the democracy is being killed by these two parties. So Election Commission of India should take seriously what I say and immediately do something to see that Jayalalitha is not taking oath as Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu for the 6th time based on the 2016 election held on 16th. So fresh and fair poll should be conducted in Tamil Nadu. Manual voting machines, that is using only paper ballots, should be conducted in Tamil Nadu, and based on that election only the result should be declared and the new party should take chair as the ruling party and the opponent party. So let the Government of India and Election Commission of India take serious note of what I am saying. This is a record what I make. Let the universe know that it is the thing what's happening in India, especially in Tamil Nadu. So much illegal practices, but the political people have very upper hand that they could even buy the chief electoral officer, even the election commission, and they can win if they are in power. So in later cases, these type of parties may do this much of gimmicks. When the election commission has taken chair, the ruling party should be sent out of power. There should be only president's rule in place in the states where the elections are conducted. Only then things will go smooth and fair. I bless.